Real YouTubers sleep through their alarms. They intend to wake up at 1 p.m. but wake up at 9. Wait, no. They intend to wake up at 9:30, but instead wake up at 1. Stupid wolf. My alarm didn't go off, actually. It wasn't me sleeping through it, it's just that it didn't go off, which feels a bad man. Anyway, so there I was, watching yesterday's trailer, and not Aaron trailer, but regular Pokemon trailer, okay? And many people informed me, alright? Oh, I see the issue. Hang on, let me fix the camera. I couldn't figure out, so if you can see, like, right below my, I guess it's my right arm, it's really, like, it's giving me some issues. I couldn't figure out why. It's because it's angled too far down. There we go. That's slightly better. Anyway, now you can see the top of my head. Very nice. So, you know, I reacted to the trailer, and I kind of mentioned in my reaction video that I was a little let down, that they didn't really reveal anything. And the reason for that is that they didn't reveal anything in the trailer. It's all on the website. And so, here I am, reacting to the information on the website. Now, I've been told about some of these things. I know about the starter's hidden abilities being released. I have learned that I was wrong. It is not Reggie Psychic. It is apparently Reggie Dragon. Every single person told me that the DLC is not coming out in July. It's coming out in June. I'm going to tell you, I knew it was coming out in June. Just the way that I think about months is by the first letter. So June and July are the same. So, like, I knew in my head it was June, but I said July because they're associated, because they both start with J. And I also found out that the Pokemon that I rewinded to try and see was Giratnia, not Hydreigon. Thank you every single 500 people who told me that. I really appreciated it. Anyway, with all that being said, there's a ton of information on the website. I have not looked through all of it. I haven't looked through any of it, actually. We're going to try and look through it together. I think this is just the trailer. We've already seen this. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I'm just going to go through this and give you a competitive analysis, because I heard there's a ton of stuff. This doesn't look like anything. The first new adventure, blah, blah, blah. Environments not seen in Jalar before. Beaches, forest, bogs, caves, and sand dunes. Whatever. Okay, nothing interesting here. Let's keep going. Here we go. Now we have some interesting... Oh, wait, there's a lot of Pokemon here. Okay. Okay, I think this is where things start to get interesting. Regieleki, Regidrago, Regizap. Okay. Revealing the Gigantamax form of your very first partner Pokemon. The Isle of Armor, which is part of the expansion pass, which is part 1 of the expansion pass, it seems that you'll be able to help some of the Pokemon traveling with you gain the ability to Gigantamax. Final forms of the starters, whatever. This time, the details about G-Max moves that only Rillaboom, Cinderace, and Inteleon can use have been revealed. Okay. It looks like I have to click on these pages. That's what we're going to do. 91 feet, 10 inches. Cool. Drummer Pokemon. No, wait. Okay. Rillaboom's tree stump drum has grown rapidly to the point that it now resembles a small forest on its own. Gigantamax Rillaboom has merged with this forest of drums and become even more powerful. It can control its sticks as if they were its own limbs, and it will demonstrate transcendental drumming techniques. Wow, very cool. Beat stack and cross seas. Gigantamax Rillaboom will focus completely on playing its drums, compelled by the power welling up inside it. The sound can reach across oceans and be heard by those living in other regions. Okay, so that confirms that other regions are connected by oceans. This is the lore. It said that those who hear the beat will begin to dance uncontrollably, overwhelmed by a rhythm that surges up from inside them. Now let's take a look at what actually matters. G-Max Rillaboom will change to G-Max Drum Solo. Rillaboom strikes up a beat with the sticks on its hands and elegantly controls tree roots, blah, blah, blah. So I wanted to know specifically how much stronger that the move get, because we already knew what this move did, actually. We knew that it ignores abilities, and we also knew that it is stronger. I've learned nothing. That wasn't what I wanted. Let's move on. Let's talk about Venusaur and Blastoise. Venusaur. I like the design. He looks like me. We both need haircuts. A massive blossom, blah, blah, blah. Let's just talk about what the things actually do. G-Max Vine Lash. Doesn't just deal damage to opponent when it hits. It will continue to deal damage for 4 turns to any Pokemon that isn't Grass type. It's Charizard. I like this. It's Charizard. Okay. They gave us Charizard. Okay. So I expected that that Blastoise and Venusaur's Gigantamax moves would be the pledges. That's what I thought was going to happen. So I thought Venusaur would be the swamp and Blastoise would be the rainbow. However, it's just like Wildfire. This is going to be very good. Venusaur is currently one of the best Pokemon in the format, and although Grassy Terrain is good, like, passive damage we've learned, like, from the success of, like, I built teams with Charizard and Colossal that have each won a tournament. Have each won the only tournament they were entered in, actually, and it's because of the Gigantamax effect and how strong that passive damage is. This effect is very, very strong. Like, I don't want to understate it, and, like, although you lose, you know, Grassy Terrain, I would argue that actually this effect is better, because you're not healing your opponent, and instead, like, you're doing way more damage to them. So the difference is actually pretty large. Blastoise is going to be the exact same thing. They wouldn't, yeah. G-Max Cannonade. That's so funny. I want Gatorade now. Hashtag please sponsor me, Gatorade. Gatorade. I mean, yeah, this Blastoise of the three is probably the worst one. Although, yeah, I mean, Blastoise I feel like hasn't been used as much as I would have expected. Part of the reason is I guess that Gastrodon's kind of popular and that we have, like, a lot of good water types this format. Like, we have Rotom Wash and Gastrodon and Milotic, all of which are very popular. I'm sure I'm forgetting some water types as well. Yeah, so I feel like that kind of hurts Blastoise's viability, but, you know, there's going to be more formats, and the format's also going to change when we get, when, you know, all these Pokemon drop, so I think it's interesting. I think of the three, Blastoise is one of my, Blastoise I really like the design of, personally. I think that's really cool. Let's talk about the Legendaries. I'm trying to think. Oh, okay, they've revealed a bunch of Pokemon that are returning. Okay. Galarian Articuno. So this thing has They really said, we're tired of Articuno being the worst. Psychic! Wait, Psychic Flying! Oh, it's like Lugia. Except it's not Water type. Haha, that's a joke. It should be, Lugia should be Water type. Okay, Psychic Flying, competitive. This is a very interesting start. So Lugia, is the same typing as Articuno, but Articuno's ability is so much better. Competitive is one of the best abilities. And although Psychic Flying isn't, like, typically thought of as a super good type, with, like, the main Pokemon that come to my mind are, like, Sigilyph and Lugia, who use it. This is primarily because of their stats. If you... Oh, Articuno's the cruel Pokemon. Oh, not Tentacruel. Articuno. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, it'll definitely have... I mean, it'll probably have ice coverage, I would guess. Once every several decades, this migratory Pokemon appears in the crowd Tundra. For a long time, it was thought to be the same legendary Pokemon as the Articuno, discovered previously in other regions. Though cold and callous in personality, it moves in a highly refined manner. It keeps itself airborne through constant use of its psychic powers, almost never flapping its wings. That's actually super funny. This Pokemon battles using intense psychic powers that act directly on the cells of living beings. The beams of psychic energy firing from its eyes have a particularly potent effect. Uh-oh. The slightest touches of these beams leaves the victim totally immobilized as if They're really going to give us a psychic move that freezes. This is not going to end well. This is not going to end well. Freezing Glare is a psychic type special move which the Pokemon attacks by firing psychic power from both eyes, not just the left eye. This move may also leave the target frozen. I like the drawing here, though I do fear significantly. So this thing is looking very strong. Like, the ability to freeze is very, very, very potent, and I have a bad feeling that when this thing becomes VGC legal, it's going to be threatening. Like, this is a huge step up from a regular Articuno. The reason is that it removes the 4 times weakness, which is a problem. Yeah, like, the 4 times weakness to rock really hurts Articuno, and the typing is much better in my opinion. Like, Ice, like I said, is one of the worst typings, whereas Psychic is okay. I'm not sure if you can Dynamax legendary Pokemon. If you can, being able to raise your speed is very good. I'm not saying this thing is definitely good. Like, a lot depends on the stats. A lot depends on the move pool, stuff like that. But, yeah, it's definitely looking like... I mean, it looks really legit in my opinion. Psychic Flying. Next up, we have Chicken. Fighting and Flying. So I'm trying to think. The notable Fighting Flying Pokemon that comes to mind is Hawlucha. I actually like the coverage that you get with Fighting Flying. I mean, Hawlucha's okay, and it's Strong Links Pokemon. Hawlucha's okay, and it's not even very good. So I think that if Zapdos is better, it could be really good. A legendary Pokemon that loves battling mighty opponents. Once every several decades, this migratory Pokemon appears in the Crown Tundra. Where does it go otherwise? Give me the lore. This belligerent, battle-hungry Pokemon seems unable to resist challenging Pokemon. Its senses may be stronger than itself. In battle, this Pokemon overwhelms its opponent with speedy movements and ferocious kicks. Blah, 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 zigzag movements. Thunderous Kick. Okay. Oh, a new one. Okay, and this fighting... Does that look Dynamax to you guys? No. This also lowers the target defense stat. Okay, so they gave it an electric type move that lowers the defense stat. I think that's very strong. I mean, the thing about electric types is their physical coverage typically isn't thought to be super good. Like, Thunder Punch and Wild Charge are your best options, and neither of them are good or like great for certain reasons. I mean, you have signature moves like Plasma Fist, but that's never been VGC legal. So, yeah. Thunderous Kick and a physical electric type move. I mean, if this thing is like if this thing is a 90 base power, 100% accurate move, it's gonna be good. I think. Oops, knocked the thing. It's certainly going to be good. Dropping the defense is like really nice, just because it's a no drawback thing, right? If it's a high base power, 100% accurate move, you would use it. Excuse me. Anyway, and when you consider the fact that like now you get like a secondary effect, of course, a lot depends on stats, a lot depends on base power. Defensively, Zapdos' typing isn't amazing. It's now weak to electric, which is kind of and Articuno's weak to ice. That's funny. Yeah, it's weak to electric, it's weak to ice, it's weak to psychic, it's weak to flying, which is kind of crazy, but it resists rock, or is neutral to rock. Yeah, I mean, the typing's not amazing. Wait a second. Is it what type? Oh, it's a fighting type physical move. Oh, well, that's kind of different. I'm really sorry. I thought in my head, I thought Zap, so electric, but it's a fighting type physical move. Okay, that's less good. The reason it's less good is that the fighting types are used to having good fighting type moves, like close combat, which are, super strong. Whereas Articuno, like, for example, if it's a 90 base power move, like, Articuno would only be running Psychic, so the fact that its secondary effect can freeze doesn't really help, like, or it does help it because, like, the opportunity cost is relatively low. Like, okay, you give up a special defense drop for a freeze. Like, that's objectively better than Psychic or Psyshock, but for fighting, we actually have good moves. Like, Drain Punch is solid, Close Combat is very good, Superpower is very good. Lowering the defense stat, in my opinion, is a lot worse on a fighting type move, so... that's my bad. I apologize for that one. Let's talk about Moltres. Yeah, so it completes the trio. Dark... This doesn't look like a Pokemon. This does not look like a Pokemon. Dark Fighting and Psychic are the things. They have the trio again. Is it reversed? No, it's the same relationship. Oh, no, it wasn't a relationship in the first place. A legendary Pokemon that lets nothing get close. Haughty personality and conducts itself calmly according to its own Whimsicott. It's like budget. It looks like we're like, hey, let's make Yveltal again. Fire Wrath. Okay, and this Target type special move, the Pokemon transforms its Wrath. Oh, that's a sick. That looks like it's gonna be a cool animation. Fire-like aura to attack. It may also make the opposing target flinch. I don't know enough about this, truthfully. It's a special move, which okay. So we know that Zapdos is physical. The other two are special. We already have Dark Pulse, so this move is going to have to be better than Dark Pulse in some way. I can't imagine they make just Dark Pulse again. Like, it should be slightly stronger, so I guess this is a slight upgrade. But in terms of the signature moves, I would say, like, Articuno's the best, and then Zapdos is the second best, and Moltres is the third best. Because this doesn't even, like, do anything different, right? Zapdos, at least you get another option where you can lower their defense if, like, that works on your build. Moltres, they just gave Dark Pulse, which is probably slightly stronger. No guarantee, because you don't know the base power. So, yeah. Of the birds, I mean... Dark and Psychic and Fighting are, like, not... they're not S-tier typings, in my opinion. Some of them are solid. I think they all have potential. I think they could all be good. We already know about Galarian Slowpoke, but let's talk about Slowbro. It's Poison Psychic. Okay, I did expect it to be Poison type. I guess it was obvious. It has this arm cannon. Oh, it's on its arm instead of its tail. Ability Quick Draw. Hang on a second. Wait, what are the abilities? I'm so sorry. The abilities are kind of crucial. Oh, wait, hang on a second. Defiant. Hang on, I take everything back. Wait, isn't Berserk? Isn't that Dragon Grandpa? Isn't that ability? Okay, wait, I didn't realize Zapdos had Defiant. So Defiant and Competitive are amazing abilities. Berserk is not traditionally thought of as very good. However, there was one Drampa set back in the day, or in 2017, I guess that's kind of back in the day now, that I actually think it was very good. It was a bulky Drampa with leftovers and Roost. The way that it worked is, I think you would Calm Mind and, like, Electric or Grassy Seed, and you would try and get, like, a defense boost, and then, like, start setting up special boosts as well. And the idea was, every time your opponent would hit you, like, it wouldn't do that much damage, and sometimes you would go below half health. And that would give you, because the way that Berserk works is every time you go below half health, you get a power boost. Sorry, you get a 1.5, or you get a +1 special attack stage, so if you go above half health, the effect will trigger again. So you just become super bulky, and over time, like, you become stronger as well as they hit you. I thought it was cool. It never saw that much success. However, I did think it was a cool idea, and you could, in theory, if Moltres is super bulky and has Roost, you could do something similar, I think, with it. But yeah, okay. So, Slowbro, it has Quick Draw. With the spices? Galarian Slowpoke has spices inside its body. Maybe that's why people eat its tail. It's a dangerous Pokemon. Though it's normally zoned out, facing off against strong opponents, actively activates the stimulant in its body, sending them coursing through its nervous system and delivering a jolt. When this happens, Slowbro's expression sharpens with a speed that puts even the quickest reflexes to shame. Slowbro readies its Shelter and makes poisonous liquid shoot from the Shelter's tip. Side Shell Arm is a poison-type special move in which the Pokemon fires poisoned liquid from the tip of the Shelter attached to its arm. This move may poison the target. Moreover, it inflicts either physical or special damage depending on which will damage the target more. Okay, that's very interesting. So we've seen a move like this before. I want to know what Quick Draw does. It probably changes the form when it enters battle, if I had to guess. We've seen a move like this before. It was Photon Geyser, which would deal damage based on whether the attack or special attack was stronger. But this is better, because rather than using your stats, it always uses your special attack stat, but it will use either the defense or the special defense stat of the target. I actually really like that. It's an amazing move. Poison and Psychic is like, it's not great typing. Like, you are weak to Ground, you're weak to Ghost, you're weak to Dark, you're weak to... Is that it? You're not weak to Psychic. Actually, this could be interesting. It's going to get Trick Room. I think this could be an okay Pokemon, actually. Depending on what Quick Draw does. It could be fast. I would not be surprised at all if this Pokemon was fast. Truthfully. Okay, there's definitely more Pokemon. Okay, this isn't clickable. Kingdra's returning, Volcarona's returning, Garchomp's returning, Crobat, Metagross. There's more Pokemon, though. I think when we were... Where are they? Oh, I didn't click on any of these. Okay, let's look at Cubfu. I don't really think we have anything to say about this. Yeah, it doesn't give us any information. So, I heard Urshifu is broken. Fighting Dark and Fighting Water. Fighting Water is the better typing. Unseen Fist, I heard, is very scary. Let's see. Single Strike Style. So that is Dark type. Fighting Dark. This move always results in a critical hit, allowing Urshifu to attack while ignoring his target's stat changes. Okay, that's solid. This flowing 3-hit combo. This move always results in critical hits. Whatever. Not super great, not terrible either. It's probably not super strong, probably like 60 base power. If it's like 100 base power or 90 base power, it's going to be extremely strong. Unseen Fist is a new ability introduced to this expansion and one that only Single Strike Urshifu and Rapid Strike Style Urshifu have. This ability lets the Pokemon deal damage when attacks with moves that make direct contact. Even if the target defends itself by using moves like Protect. So I heard it was strong. I don't swear on camera. Okay. I hope this thing isn't legal. Okay, sorry. What? Who watched and was like, hey, you know what's super unhealthy? And then it's like the boardroom meme where they're all like sitting around a boardroom and they're like, okay, what's unhealthy about the game? And the first person is like critical hits, and the second person is like freeze, and the third person is like rock slide flinching, and the fourth person is like no palito in the game, and the fifth person is like, what if we made a Pokemon that was strong and then gave it the ability to hit through Protect? So in my opinion, Protect is like the healthiest thing in VGC. If we didn't have Protect, I think it'd be a terrible game. Protect allows defensive plays and positioning that you wouldn't have otherwise. And of course, sometimes it's annoying and sometimes people use it in ways that is like kind of juvenile. But for the most part, it's a very healthy move of mechanic. It's also very powerful. Most Pokemon that don't have a limiting item, such as Choice Band, Choice Scarf, Choice Specs, or Assault Vest, are going to run Protect, or they're going to have a lot of bulk to not need Protect, or they'll have recovery moves instead, or they'll have no bulk at all and just focus on offense. For example, a Focus Sash Pokemon. This is extremely scary. By running contact moves, you can just hit through Protect, which forces very aggressive play. I believe this thing is going to be VGC legal, from what I can recall. So we're going to have to figure it out, because that is terrifying. This is one of the best. If more Pokemon got this ability, it would be... Like, you could argue this is the best ability in VGC, and I haven't even seen it, I think. I could be wrong, but I think you would definitely argue that that's the best ability in VGC. Let's talk about Gigantamax Urshifu. Same thing, but what do they do? One... Please don't demonetize me. G-Max 1 Blow and G-Max Rapid Flow. Who named these? There's so many jokes I can make, but I'm not going to make them. G-Max 1 Blow. You guys like 1 Blow, or do you like Rapid Flow? Okay, Wolf, you are a YouTuber. This is part of the job. Wait, what does it say what it does? Oh, even if I missed it. They have a G-Max move that hits through Protect. You can't Protect or Max Guard against it. So the way that, like, you might be thinking, oh, well, if there are moves that break Protect already, why are you mad? And I'll tell you, chat, I will tell you why this is crazy. For the moves that break Protect, they all have a drawback. For example, Feint is a move that breaks Protect. However, Feint requires a Pokemon to commit to using only Feint that turn while the partner attacks, meaning you spend both of your Pokemon's attacks just to get, like, one attack off, effectively. Feint breaks the Protect, and then the other Pokemon attacks. Meaning it's not, like, and Feint is relatively weak, so you can't rely on it for damage. So it's not this, it's like, you basically, Feint is just a support move that stops Protect, basically. Additionally, moves like Feint actually fail on Max Guard. Moves like Phantom Force, whose drawback is that it takes 2 turns to use, they fail on Max Guard. You can always Max Guard to block those moves. This G-Max move can't be stopped by Max Guard, meaning this is terrifying. Water Fighting is also very good typing. This is extremely scary. I don't like. Yeah, this is insane. Let's take a look at Calyrex. This is going to be a restricted Pokemon, I think. King Pokemon. Psychic Grass, okay. Psychic Grass. It's our first Grass-type Legendary Pokemon, if it's VGC legal at some point. If it's like a cover Legendary, it will be our first Grass-type restricted Pokemon, which is cool. I definitely appreciate it. Oh wait, what's the abilities? It has like a signature ability, right? Unseen. Oh yeah, right. We just talked about that. I'm stupid. Nerve is a fine ability. It looks so dumb. Wait, it didn't tell me anything about it. It's short. Should we stand a short king, right? Okay, we don't know anything about this. Grass Psychic is interesting. I don't mind that. And a Nerve is interesting as well. Let's keep going. Regieleki, Electron Pokemon, S tier. I love the Regis. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I love the Regis. This Pokemon absorbs electrons to live. Electrical energy makes up most of its body. Its electric type moves to pack the greatest power of any used by electric type Pokemon. What appears to be special insulating equipment that does not connect to electricity. People tormented by Regieleki fitting the electric Pokemon. Wait, it's people tormented by Regieleki fitted. Oh, I see, I misunderstood. Fitted the equipment of the Pokemon to restrain its powers. Thunder Cage. From its lower half, trapping opponents directly below it in a cage of lightning. Thunder Cage doesn't only damage opponents when it lands, it will also cause them to be trapped within an electrified cage. Oh, that's sick! So normally trapping moves have really low base power, like 35 base power. However, this is like 80 or 70 or 60. If this is like 70 to 90 base power, this is going to be very good. It's also a sick animation, I can already tell. I love the Regis. If it has a decently high base power, the thing about trapping is that, sure, the passive damage is nice, but like, it's not as much as certain G-Max moves. However, the inability to switch is actually insane. I really like the Regis. This could definitely be good. The ability should be Transistor. Oh, I thought it was going to be Clear Body. Interesting. All right, hang on. Now we're talking. I don't know what the ability does. This thing could actually be good. Let's take a look at Regibite. Dragon's Maw. Also don't know what that does. Oh, thanks to its body composition, Regidrago can use Dragon-type moves with greater power than other Pokemon. Okay, it seems like it's going to have a powered-up Dragon-type thing. Folklore says that the legendary Pokemon Gigas tried to create a Pokemon from crystallized dragon energy but ran out of crystals and was only able to complete the head. People of old feared that if Regidrago were to be completed, it would rain destruction on their land, so they sealed it away within a temple. This is the lore I wanted. Signature move Dragon Energy. As soon as it shapes them into a dragon's head, then fires intense dragon energy from its mouth. The more HP the user has remaining, the higher the move's base power. They gave us Eruption, but it looks like it's a Regi. Ah, that's sick. Okay, both of the new Regis, unlike the old Regis, which were traditionally considered bad, though I did bring 2 of them to tournaments. These look like they're going to be legit, actually. These actually look legit. Also, the starters' hidden abilities were released. I'm not going to talk too much about them. I might just do a separate video on them, but basically, Rillaboom and Cinderace get big buffs and are actually very good now, I think. Inteleon is the same. It wasn't bad, but it's, yeah, it does not, the buffs aren't as big. I think there's more information. I heard about new moves. New adventuring features. Why didn't start me down there? New clothing items. Blah, 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 blah. New designs, who cares? Maybe talk about marks. Experience charm that will come in handy when leveling up your Pokemon. Cramomatic. If you feed it 4 items, it will combine them and give you a new item in exchange. You can receive any of a variety of items, including Pokeballs, PP-ups, and more. Ooh, that actually is sick. I actually really like that. Armorite Ore. Okay, new tutor moves. They're adding tutoring, which is interesting. Oh, here's some interesting stuff. Okay, Burning Jealousy is a new Fire-type move that can be taught starting with this expansion. When it hits, it deals damage to all opposing Pokemon and burns all opposing Pokemon that have had their stats boosted during the turn. Okay. Okay, so I thought, okay. At first, I thought this was going to be boosted at all during the battle. It's only during the turn. However, with Gigantamax, or with Dynamax moves like raising stats, that's actually really sick. That's an amazing move. Burn is one of the best status things, and like, normally Fire-type moves that burn are just percentage-based, like 50% at best, 10% at normal with like Flamethrower, Heat Wave, that kind of thing. Having a move that will do damage and have a guaranteed burn under certain conditions is very, very strong. That's amazing. Wait, Grassy Glide is a new Grassy-type move that can be taught starting with this expansion. The move is high priority when used in grassy terrain. Ooh, okay, so normally priority moves are weak, right? They're normally 40 base power at most. I mean, there's some exceptions like Extreme Speed, but yeah, they're normally close to like around the 40 base power mark. If this is a regular move, but also has increased priority in terrain, that's going to be very good. It's better if it's physical than special. Max Soup is a specialist made from rare ingredients. If a Pokemon with great hidden potential drinks Max Soup, I see. This is how you turn your Dynamax Pokemon, your starter into Gigantamax. Restricted Sparring. New battles. Super Sparring will be limited to what types of Pokemon you can use and be forced to battle under set conditions. Okay, they wanted to add UU in-game. New Pokemon dens. I hope this is like the underground. Oh, it's Hydreigon. Galarian Star Tournament. Okay, you can have a teammate, that's cool. New areas, Cubchoo Urshifu, Calyrex. Regional forms. Pokemon that didn't appear in Pokemon Sword and Shield. New Pokedexes, clothing items, add Interact Bane battles, new items, new tutor moves, sparring, battle feature, new co-op play mode. Cool, okay, that might be everything. I guess we'll click on this. I don't think there's any new information here, yeah. Peony. Listening isn't his strongest suit. Very nice. We'd love to see it. Okay, I think that's everything. That's actually super hype. There's a ton of good stuff here. I'm really excited about this. There's a ton of good stuff. A lot of the new Pokemon, they seem to have made an effort to make good. I think that's cool. The abilities on Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno are good. Hidden abilities are released now through Pokemon Home. I don't know where that news was, but yeah, probably a whole separate video on that and how to use those Pokemon. Yeah, Slowbro looks cool. Honestly, this gets me hyped. The trailer I was like disappointed in. This I am not disappointed in. There's a ton of stuff. There's a ton of stuff here which looks good. So, Yeah, with all that being said, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of all this information down below. I think this is super, super sick. Yeah, and I think that's everything. I'm super excited for the DLC, which comes out in July. Sorry, it comes out in January. And yeah, I'll see you soon for the next video. Goodbye.